Yeah, hello all. Welcome back.
Yeah.
So in today's session, we will go through the 16 fields in the pricing procedure.
Mm.
Okay. So now I will let you know what exactly the 16 fields in the pricing procedure. Okay. So what is the transaction to open the what is this pricing procedure determination?
OVKK.
Yeah, determination is OVKK.
Pricing procedure.
Yeah, and to maintain the pricing procedure, V slash
V/0.
08, right? So now let me go through this transaction. V slash 08, right?
Mm.
See, if we open our pricing procedure here, yeah, this one. If we open this, if we go to the controls, here we can find 16 fields, right? So now I will let you know what exactly these fields are. Okay. See, here the first one is step right. So it's better you can note down somewhere what exactly the 16 fields are.
Okay.
I will give you one by one.
Mm.
The first one is step.
Mm.
Okay. And the second one is counter.
Mm.
And the third one is condition type. What is this? Condition type. And the fourth one is description.
Mm.
And the fifth one is what is that? Requirement.
From.
Yeah, you can say, okay, I will take them later. Requirement. Okay, and the sixth one is mandatory. Okay, and the seventh one is statistics. And the eighth one is print. And the ninth one is subtotal. Okay, and the 10th one here is alternative base type. Alternative base type. And 11th one is see, what is this? Calculation type. Then requirement. Then from. Okay, then to. So this is the 13th one, this is the 14th one, and 15th one is account key. 15th one is account key.
Key. Mm.
And the 16th one here is Accurals.
Mm.
Okay. So
Mm.
these 16 are the fields in pricing procedure.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
So now let me tell you what exactly these fields are.
Mm. Mm.
See, the first one here is step, right?
Mm.
Step number specifies the
Mm.
sequence of the condition type in the pricing procedure. What it will do? It will specify the sequence of the condition type in the pricing procedure.
Mm.
See, if the step number is 30 here, which we have given to the M004, and the
Mm.
step number is 55, which we have given to CUP3,
Mm.
right? So which
Okay.
specifies the sequence of the condition types, which has to be placed first and which has to be placed later. Okay.
Okay.
And step numbers will be used in the, what is that? From and to here. See, from and to determine the base value for that condition. See, for example, if you see this one, this is the condition type, okay, for which the base value will be get determined based on the from and to, right?
Mm.
From and to. So these are nothing but the step numbers. See, this is the step number, right? So this is what we are giving here. So from the step number 20 and to the step number 20, whatever it may be. So I think you are clear with the step.
Okay.
Okay. Then the next one here is counter. Okay. What is that? The second one
Mm.
is
Counter.
counter.
Mm.
If there is no space between the steps to add one more condition type, then we will go for the counter.
Mm.
Did you get me? Let me tell you one small example. See,
Mm.
the step number is 10.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
And here the condition type is M004.
Mm.
And the step number is 11.
Mm.
Okay. And here we have placed the condition type M005.
Mm.
So is there any space between 10 and 11 here to
No.
place one more condition type?
No.
No, right? So in this case,
Yeah.
we will go through the counter option. Like C, the step number 10 and counter is A, where we will place M004.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Step number 10 and counter is B. Then we will place M006.
Mm.
Then in the step number 11, we are having M005.
Mm.
Right?
Okay.
So the counter will be used for, what is that? To add the condition types, to add one more condition type if there is no space between the steps.
Mm.
Okay. So I think you are clear with the counter.
Okay.
Then condition type. See, I think it need not to say something about the condition type here, because we have many sessions for the condition types and condition type controls.
Mm.
Okay. So we are just giving the condition type here. Condition, what condition type will do? Condition type controls
Condition type.
the type of
Pricing
the
element.
price component
Mm.
or the type of the price element.
Mm.
Okay. Which controls the type of the price component or the price element. Which means, see, this one is the base price and these are all the discounts and some are the freight. These are all the freight charges. So like that.
Mm.
Okay. So I think you are clear with it.
Okay. Yeah, clear.
See, now then the next one here is description. Okay, description will be
Okay.
used to describe the condition type in the sales document pricing. What is the purpose of description? Which will be used to describe the condition type in the sales document pricing. So if we take any sales document, for example, let me create one sales document. But before that, let me change the pricing procedure. See here, our sales organization is M100, right? So for which there is a different procedure. So now let me change it and see. If we create a sales order, we give sales organization, distribution channel and division. Now I'm giving the customer and the material. And see, if we go through the conditions here, see here we can see this is the, I think we haven't maintained the price for vaccine 150. So now let me take one more material. Vaccine 200. Okay. See, for which also seems the price was not maintained. R00 here, this is customer, the material is vaccine 150, for which the price is 100 rupees. Now I have maintained the price. So now let me create the sales order. We have maintained the price for vaccine 150. See here, if we go through the conditions, see here we can see the base price, right? So how we came to know as it is the base price? Because here we have given some description. And all the base prices will be calculated and which will be displayed here. And all the discount amounts will be displayed here. So here, as we are using the descriptions to understand what exactly the, what is that condition type is in the pricing procedure, in the especially in the sales document. Okay, so now let me move to the next field in the pricing procedure. Let me go through V/08 and let me go back to our pricing procedure. So I'm selecting this one and I'm going through the control again. See here we have completed what is the step and what is the counter and what is the condition type and what is the description, right? Yeah. See, one more thing I have to tell about the description, which is nothing but description will also be used to bifurcate the pricing structure. Which means, see, here we are bifurcation, here it is the bifurcation step, right? And this one is the bifurcation step. Here we are not giving any condition types, but we are bifurcating the pricing. Like, see, these are all the base prices, these are all the discounts, and these are all the freight conditions. Like that we are bifurcating, right? So for the bifurcation also we will use the description. Okay, what are the bifurcation steps? Gross value, base value, net value, or the discounts or the surcharges, whatever it may be. Okay. Okay, then now let me go through the next field. What is that? From. See, from is the standard base, which means from will helps us to determine the base value for the, what is that? Calculation of the condition value. Okay. So for will be this one. From will be used to determine the base value of the condition value. Means see here, if we have given from as 10 here, so the discount, see this one, the material discount will be calculated on the step number 10. What is there here? It's the base price, so it will get calculated on the base price.
Okay.
And if you see the M007 now, which is getting calculated on the step number 20. So what is there in the step number 20? Base price, which is from the step number 10 to 19. So whatever the value is there in this step number 20, on which the discount will get calculated.
Okay.
Okay. So here, for example, if the base price is 100, then here it will calculate 100 only, right? As which is calculating from 10 to 19. There are no steps between 10 to 19, and there is only one step in which the condition type MR00 is there. So if the price is 100, then here it will come 100. Here the value is 100. So now if you take M007, it is the percentage discount, right? So for example, the customer is eligible for 10% of the discount. So now the 10% has to be calculated on which value? That's what we have given here as 20. So whatever the value is there in this 20 step, that's what will be applicable to get the calculation.
Okay.
Okay. So I think you are clear with from.
Yeah, clear.
Okay. Then the next one here is 2.
Okay.
2 will be used to cumulate the values of multiple steps which are in a sequence. What it means here is, see, this is 2, right? This one, which will be used to cumulate the values of multiple steps. See, here we have given from number, for example, we have given the from number as 10 and to number as 20. Okay, let us take this one, discounts, for example. Here the discounts value is getting calculated from 30 to 70, right? So from the 30 and 2 value is 70. So which will cumulate the values between from and to, and which will be displayed in the sales document.
Okay.
Okay. See, what is that we have told about the 2? Which will help to cumulate the values of multiple steps which are in a sequence. Sequence here means, see, from 10 to 50 or from 30 to 45, which are in a sequence, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think you are clear with the 2 also, the field.
Yeah, okay.
Then the next one here is manual. This one.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry. Yeah. Then the next one here is manual. Any condition type, for any condition type, if you check manual here, then system will not determine the condition type automatically into sales document. User has to enter it manually. Okay. Generally what we do, we use it to have it for the header condition types. See these two, HB00 and HA00. Okay. So if you check manual, see we have checked the manual here, right, for these two condition types. So what will happen if you check manual here, then in the sales order you have to give them manually. Okay, or else you cannot able to find the condition type there in the sales document. See, Now let me show it to you. Let me now let me create the sales order. See, if you go through the header here you can able to find all the condition types, right? But can you able to find HA00 and HB00 here? No, because those two are the manual condition types. So we have to process them manually like this. See, I have given the condition type here, right? So it is the percentage discount one. So I'm giving here 5%. Okay?
Okay.
So like this. Add HB00 for example. So for which I will give the discount of 100 rupees. After you give, what you have to do, you have to activate the condition. See, you have to select this and you have to activate. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Then I think you are clear with that one also.
Yeah, clear, sir.
Then let me go through the next field there. What is the next field here? Requirement, right? Required. This one is required. Okay. So any condition type, for any condition type, if we check required, this one, and if that condition type is missing while creating the sales document, then system will not allow you to create the, means allow you to save the sales document. Okay.
Okay.
If you put it, if you put as required for any of the condition types, for example, see, this is the base price condition type, right? And if you put, it is a required condition type here.
Okay.
Okay. And if that condition type is missing there in the sales document, then the system will not allow you to save it. Okay. Generally, we check the requirement, means this one, required field, only for base price condition types and tax condition types. Okay. So now let me create it. Let me create a sales document. Then I can show you there. So I think we haven't maintained some price for then 200. Seems we haven't maintained any price for it. Yeah, see, here the MR00 condition type did not get determined, right? See what the pricing error it is showing. Mandatory condition MR00 is missing. Okay, because that is the required entry. So if you save, then the system will throw like this only. Then you can save the incomplete document. Okay. So the here the sales order got saved, but it is incomplete. Which means the document is not completed and you cannot able to do the further process.
Okay.
And if you would like to check, you can go through the transaction VA02 and here go to the edit and here see the incompletion log. See here you can able to find all these. Gross weight is missing, order quantity is missing, net weight is missing, and mainly the pricing is missing because here the MR00 condition type did not get determined. Okay. So now let me go back to our pricing procedure. Now let me select it and go through the controls.
Mm.
And what is the next field here? It is
Statistical.
statistics.
Mm.
Okay, statistical.
Mm.
So already I have told you about this field, right? If any condition type,
Mm.
see,
Mm.
statistics.
Mm.
So if any condition type
Mm.
for which if we check statistics here,
Mm.
okay, then that condition type value does not have
Mm.
any effect on the net value. That's what already we have seen in the previous sessions. Okay,
Mm.
and the condition type value will not have, means will not get posted into the, what is that, accounting also.
Mm.
So what will happen if we check statistics here for any of the condition type in the pricing procedure, which should not have any effect on the net value? In the same way,
Mm.
the value will not get posted into the accounting also.
Mm.
Okay, in standard,
Okay. Mm.
I think you know the statistical condition types, right? As I have already given you, for which
Yeah.
we will check statistics.
Mm.
What are them? Let me give you one by one. VPRS.
Mm.
What is this? Cost condition type.
Past condition.
EK01 and EK02.
Mm.
Product cost condition types, right?
Yeah.
And SKTO.
Discount.
Yes. And KUMU.
Cumulative
Yes.
condition.
And which will be used for bill of material.
Mm.
And PI01 used in the intercompany process.
Intercompany. Yeah.
In the same way, all bifurcations also these, for
Mm.
which also we will check statistics.
Mm.
Okay, because we will not post these values into accounting, right?
Yeah.
So we have to check them.
Mm.
Then let us move to the next field here. What is this?
Mm.
Print,
Print. Mm.
right? So
Oh.
this field controls whether to print the condition type amount and value into the output or not.
Mm.
What it controls? This one, print, right? So which controls whether to print the condition type value or the amount, whatever it may be, into the output of this document or not. See, if you have created one sales document, nothing but the sales order,
Mm.
okay, and if you would like to take the output of that sales order,
Mm.
and if you maintain the print here, then only this condition type value will get printed into the output.
Okay.
Okay, or else this value will not get printed into the output.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm.
how many types of outputs we can see? Generally, mails,
Mm.
mail outputs,
Mm.
then printouts,
Mm.
then fax,
Call. Mm.
like that extra.
Okay.
Okay, and if you want to print the condition type
Mm.
value, then what we have to do? We have to maintain the print value as X here. That is nothing but the capital X. This one.
Okay. Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
And if you want to print the condition type at header level,
Mm.
you can maintain the print at item level as well as at header level also, right? I think you have noticed it. We can see the condition types in the item level as well as in the header level also.
Mm.
When you go through the header in the sales document, where you can able to see the conditions in the condition tab.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you would like to print the condition types in the header level, then you have to maintain the print value as yes, capital S. This one. Okay. And if you don't want to print the condition type, then you have to maintain blank. Okay. See here, I have given you three values, right? One is X, and the second one is yes, and the third one is blank. Okay. So if you would like to print the condition type value or the amount, then you have to use X. And if you would like to print it at the header level, then you have to put yes. And if you don't want to print it, then you have to use blank. Okay. So now let me go through the next field here. What is that? Subtotal.
Subtotal.
Subtotal will be used to store the values of the condition types in some temporary table. Okay. What exactly the subtotal will do? Which will be used to store the values of some condition types in some temporary tables and fields for the purpose of future calculation. Okay.
Okay.
We do the further calculations in calculation type and base type. See, these two are the calculation type and base type. So if we would like to use some formula, for example, see, now I would like to use one formula. Okay. It's nothing but I would like to use A plus B. A value is 10 and the B value is 20. And now I would like to use C is equal to 10% of A plus B. Then we have to maintain the value, the A value somewhere and the B value somewhere, right? So we will maintain them in subtotals. See here, we will maintain the value here in the subtotals here.
Okay.
Then in the calculation type, we will give one formula. That formula will calculate from the, what is that? Subtotal. It will be get calculated on the subtotal. If it is a percentage or whatever it may be. Okay.
Okay.
And see, subtotal will also be used to update the sales document value into the credit management. What is the another purpose of the subtotal? Which also used to update the sales document values into the credit management. I will let you know about the credit management. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe in the next session or upcoming sessions, I will let you know about the credit management once the pricing comes. And the subtotal used for the credit management is nothing but A. Okay. You can note down the subtotal used for credit management is nothing but A. And the subtotal used for rebate agreement is 7. And the subtotal used for cost is B.
Okay.
Okay. Subtotal used for credit management is A, and for rebate agreement it is 7, and for cost it is B. Okay. See, now the next field here is requirement, right?
Yeah.
What is that? Requirement. Okay. Requirement is a condition which system will check every time while determining the condition type into the sales document. What is that? Requirement is a condition which system checks every time whenever it's getting determined. Means whenever it is determining the condition type into the sales document. Here, for example, let me tell you, we have one requirement, right? Like 10 is the requirement. Okay, so we use it for the condition type. What is that? For which condition type we use what is this requirement as 10? MWST.
Just 10.
Okay, so what the requirement 10 checks?
Okay.
If the plant is there or not. If the plant is not there in the sales document, then the condition type will not get determined. If the plant is determined, then only the condition type will get determined, because that is the requirement. Okay, so which is required. So if the requirement fulfills, then only the condition type will get determined into the sales document. And if the requirement fulfill, means if the requirement don't fulfill, then what will happen? The condition type will not get determined, right?
Okay.
Okay, and now let me tell you some of the requirements. Now, yeah, see, the standard requirement is 2. Okay, what the requirement 2 will check?
Okay.
It checks that the pricing field in the item category should be X or B. What is that? The pricing field in the item category should be X or B.
B.
What is the transaction for the item category controls? Yeah, tell me.
Item category V/07.
Vivo V7. See, here we can
Vivo
see
V7.
the pricing, right? The pricing value should be either X or B. If it is blank, then the condition type will not get determined into the sales document. Okay, because see, for example,
Okay.
for K004, which is a condition type, okay, for which we have assigned the requirement as 2. So what the requirement 2 will check? The pricing field should be either X or B in the item category controls, right? So for K004, okay, and for the line item, if TA item category is getting determined, okay, so in which the pricing should what is this? The pricing field value is X. Okay, then
Okay.
the condition type will get determined into the sales document. If here it is blank, then you cannot able to see the K004 condition type in the sales document, because it was not fulfilled the requirement 2. Okay, in the same way, let me tell you one more thing about the requirement 2. The exclusion field in the condition type control should be blank. What is that? Exclusion field in the condition type controls should be blank. See, exclusion field. So I think in the previous session we have covered the exclusion and exclusion groups, right? Where we have covered one concept, which is nothing but if there are 2 condition types or many condition types, K005 and K006. So we have 3 condition types, for example, and the requirement for all these condition types is 2. Then what will happen? The system will give the priority to the first one, and which eliminates all the condition types if you have maintained exclusion, means exclusion checkbox to the condition in the condition type controls. Okay, If these are all having the same requirement, then this is only the condition type we can get determined into the sales document, right? That's what already we have covered in the previous session. Okay, so this is about the requirement 2. Now let me move to the another requirement, which is nothing but the requirement 4. What is the requirement 4 controls? And for which condition type we use the requirement as 4? VPRS, right?
Okay.
So for VPRS we use the requirement as 4. What it will check? It checks that the determine cost field should be checked. What is this? Determine cost field.
Cost.
Where we can see this?
VPRS.
Yeah. Where we can see the determine cost field? In the item category
Material
control.
master.
In the item category controls.
Hmm.
See, if we go to this item category, here we can see determine cost, right?
Okay.
I don't know where exactly you can find it in the material master, but it will be there in the item category controls only.
Hmm.
Okay, so this is about the requirement 4.
Okay. Hmm.
And which will be used for VPRS. You don't forget them. And now let me go through the another requirement, which is nothing but the requirement 9, which will be used for SKTO condition type.
Okay.
What the requirement 9 will check? Cash discount field in the material master should be checked.
Okay.
What is that?
Cash discount.
Yes, cash discount. Where can we find this one? Material master.
Hmm.
So the cash discount field in the material master should be checked. Then only the SKTO condition type will get determined into the sales document.
Hmm.
If it is unchecked, then what will happen? You cannot get the condition type there in the sales document, right?
Hmm.
That's what the requirement mean exactly is.
Yeah.
So now let me move to the another requirement.
Hmm.
That is nothing but a requirement 10.
Hmm.
What it will check? Plant should not be blank. Till now, just now I have told you.
Hmm.
And which will be used for which condition type?
Plant.
Plant should not be blank. MWST.
Okay. Hmm. Okay.
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 And see now the requirement for R100 condition type. See, this is the condition type R100. Okay. The requirement for the R100 condition type is nothing but 55. So what the 55 will check? It will check that the pricing field in the item category should be only B. Okay. The pricing field in the item category should be this one. It should be only B. And you can find the item category. See, the pricing field in the item category as only B for the item category TANN. This one. See, for which you can find pricing field as B, right? So now a question. What is the reason for R100 condition type? We determine only the item category TANN. Because because the R100 is 100% discount. So here we are not going to charge something to the customer. Okay, so I will let you know about that one when we are going through the concept of free goods. Okay, so you don't worry now.
Okay.
But it's better you please note down all of these requirements, and you have to go through them also before we are moving to the next concept. Those are nothing but free goods, material determination, all these things.
Okay.
Okay. See, now the next requirement here is 24, nothing but 24 here. Okay, which checks that the document should be a billing document. What it will check? The requirement 24 checks that the document should be a billing document. Okay, that is the reason rebate condition type we will determine only into the billing document. We cannot see them in sales document, in the sales order. Can we see the rebate documents in the sales order? We cannot see. Of course, you are not aware of this one because I haven't gone through the rebate concept. But you keep it in your mind that rebate means rebate condition type, so we cannot see in the sales document. We can see them in the billing document.
Okay.
Okay. So what is the reason behind that? You may get a question also in the interview for the same. That we assign the requirement as 24 to the condition types, rebate condition types. So what the 24 here checks? It should be a billing document. Then only the condition type will get determined. Or else the condition type will not get determined into the sales document. Not sorry, here not sales. Here it is billing, because as we don't assign the rebate condition types to the sales document, we won't determine them into the sales document. We will determine only in billing document. Okay. So now let me move to the next requirement here, which is nothing but the requirement 22. Okay. This is the requirement for intercompany condition types. We use it for the intercompany condition types. What are the intercompany condition types? PI01 and
IV.
Yes, PI01 and IV01.
IV01.
Okay, these two are the intercompany condition types for which we use the requirement as 22. Okay. So what the requirement 22 will check here? Which checks that the ordering company and the delivering company should be different. What it will check? The ordering company and the delivering company should be different. Here it is M100 and here it is B100, because this is used for the intercompany process. Intercompany means if the sale is going to be happen between two companies. Okay. So at the time the intercompany condition types will get determined, for which we assign the requirement as 22.
Okay.
Okay. In the same way, which also checks that the plant should not be blank. Did you get me?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let me take one more requirement, that is nothing but 59. The requirement 59 will be used for NRAB condition type. NRAB. So already I have told you R100 condition type, right? Which will be used in the free goods. And this is what also the condition type used for free goods. But the free goods is of two types, inclusive and exclusive. Means free goods with item generation and without item generation. So for which exclusive free goods we will use the NRAB condition type, for which we will determine the requirement as 59. Okay.
Okay.
So I think you are clear with the requirements.
Yeah, clear.
Okay. Then now let me move to the next field in the pricing procedure. Let me go through this last 08 and here let me go through MR for zeros. And see here the next one is calculation type, right? So if you maintain formula in the calculation type, then system will calculate and propose the condition type value. Okay. If you maintain the formula in the calculation type, then we need not to maintain any condition records, because system will directly propose the condition type value. If we maintain the formula in the calculation type, then what will happen? We need not to maintain any condition records. See, these are all the formulas. Okay. And in the real time, we will create the new formulas based on the client's requirement.
Okay.
So at that time, we will assign those formulas in the calculation type. Then we need not to maintain any condition record for the condition type. Okay.
Okay.
Then the next one here is base type. So if you maintain the formula in the base type, then system calculates and proposes the base value. If you maintain formula in the base type, then what will happen? Then you have to maintain the condition records also. The condition records will convert the base value into the condition value. So here there is a small difference between condition type and base type. I will let you know that. See, now see here. Let me take. This is the calculation type. Okay, and this is what is the base type formula. We can also call it as alternative calculation type, and this one alternative base type. Okay. And see, the first one is, if we maintain the formula in the calculation type, then system will calculate and proposes the condition value. System will calculate and propose the, what is that? Condition value. And if we maintain the formula in the base type, then system will calculate and propose the base value. This is the base value. This is the, what is this? Condition value. Okay. So here we need not to maintain any condition records. No condition records has to be maintained. But here we have to maintain the condition records. If the condition record value is 100, and if the base type formula is 10%, for example, then what the formula will do? It will calculate 10% on the this value, condition value. But here we are not maintaining any condition records. We will be maintaining only the formulas here. Okay.
Okay.
See, for example, let me give you one example for the calculation type as well as the base type. So this is what is the calculation type and this is what is the base type, right? So let me take 120 is the step number. Net value is there in that step. Okay. So for which, yeah. Now in the step 130, VPRS is there. For which we will assign, what is that? Subtotal as B, right? What is the subtotal we assign to the, what is this, VPRS?
Subtotal.
B. And what is the requirement? 4. Okay.
Okay.
And see what the B will do here. Subtotal B will do that. It will calculate KOMP net value minus KOMP WA VWR. This is a field. Okay, I think it's not better to you to explain all these things. I will take a separate session for this. Okay, but for now you have to know the difference of the alternative calculation type as well as the alternative base type, which is nothing but we have to maintain the condition records in the base type, but not here, and which will give the condition value, and here it will give the base value. Okay. Then the next field here is, what is that? Let me go back to the controls. Back to our pricing procedure. See, what is the next one here? Account key, right?
Account key.
Yeah, account key. This field is one of the parameter to determine the revenue GL account while posting the invoice values into accounting. What is that? Which will help us to post the invoice values into accounting. See, in standard we can see some account keys like ERL, which will be used for base price. Okay, and ERS, which will be used for discounts. And for freight conditions we use ERF. Okay, and for tax conditions we use MWS or MW3. Okay, and for rebate condition types we use ERB. Okay, these are all the account keys. So I will let you know about this, you don't worry, but now you have to know about all these account keys. Okay, when we post the invoice values into accounting, at that time we will come to know them. But for now you have to go through them and you have to assign to the respective condition types. Now the next field here is accruals. Accruals is a provisional account which will help to keep some money aside from each transaction to meet the future requirements of the rebate settlement. What did I tell you about rebate? It's a conditional discount, right? So rebate means, see, now the rebate condition is like this: as if the customer purchased 1000 rupees of material, okay, then he will be eligible for rebate. Rebate means repay. Okay, so he has purchased 1000 rupees of material, then he is eligible for 10 rupees of rebate. Okay, so when the rebate will be settled at the end of the year. So the customer has gone through many sales orders. He has created many sales orders. So from each sales order, 1 rupee, and from this 2 rupees, from this 0.5 rupees. Like that, from each sales order, some amount will be kept aside. And the amount which was taken from all these sales orders, nothing but here 10, which will be settled to the customer at the end of the year. Okay, so these amounts will be stored in accruals. Okay, so I think you are clear with them.
Not clear, sir.
Okay, and I will let you know one more thing about the accruals here. You may get a question that there is a condition type which is statistical, and if the condition type is a statistical one, will it post into the accounting?
No.
No, right?
Yeah.
In the same way, there is a condition type which is statistical, but still I want to post it into the accounting, into some GL. So here there is a provision that if the condition class is B, where can we see the condition class?
Condition class controls.
Yes, in the condition type controls. Right? In the condition type controls, we can see the condition class, right? So if the condition class is C, along with the accruals ERU, which is used for the rebate settlement. So if the condition class is C along with accruals ERU, then we can, what is that? Even if it is a statistical one, we can post the values into accounting. Okay, so this is only the clause. So I think you are clear with the 16 fields in the pricing procedure. Right?
Okay.
And if you have any queries in this regard, you can ask me now, or else you can ask me in the next session.
Okay.
Okay? So in the same way, I am expecting one like and one comment, if possible, the share of the content to the others. So which will helps me a lot in the same way, which will help a lot to the channel also to grow faster. So hope you are clear. Thank you. Bye.